Hello guys, welcome. Today I will be showing you how to create these cute little strawberries. Keep on watching. So for this project I was using Abuelita yarn, which is actually non-mercerized cotton. It's not shiny, and I was using 2.5mm hook and a little bit of pillow stuffing. So first we're starting with the slip knot, and this is the easiest way to do it. And once we have slip knot, we will chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to put together the beginning stitch with the ending stitch with a slip stitch. So like this, and then we're going to chain 1. This chain 1 will not count, it's just there to make some room for us, and we are going to have 7 crochets right in the center of this little loop that we just made. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7. I apologize in advance if I get out of frame. Sometimes it's not easy to stay in. And now we're going to connect this to the beginning of this row. We're going to have 1 slip stitch, and again we're going to chain 1. So at this point you will start creating that circle. Now we're going to do a round of single crochets. So just single crochet in each stitch around. And once you have all 7 stitches, you are going to connect this row to the beginning with a slip stitch, and you're going to chain 1. So right now you have something that looks like this, like a funny little hat, not like much, but this following row we're going to have 2 single crochets in each stitch around. That means that when we finish this row, we're going to have 14 stitches in total. In case you decide to do this DIY, pay attention to how many stitches you have. It doesn't have to be this particular number. This particular number works well with my yarn, but depending on the yarn that you have, you might need less. If you're using some yarn that's thicker than this one, you will most certainly need 1 or 2 stitches less in each row, even with the starting row. That first chain of 4, and then instead of 7 you might need 5 single crochets in that center. But just try to play along and see how your yarn behaves and what is needed, because sometimes this might be too much. So this does not have to be a mini strawberry, it can actually be a big one. You can also decide, instead of making either like Christmas decorations, that was kind of like my reason for making it, or earrings or keychain, you can also create a big one, and it can actually become a bag, like a little purse. It can become a big purse or it can be a pillow. As you're getting closer to the last stitches, check how many you have, count them down. You should have double what you had in the previous row, and it's not like a really big disaster if you don't, but it would be very good, because then if you need 2 of these strawberries, you will know how to make the second one. And now it really does look like a hat. If you need some hat for dolls, this is how to make it. But as we progress, it's going to look better. Now we're going to do 2 extra rows of single crochet. So only 2 following rows are going to have only single crochets in each of the spaces. If it's easier for you, you can do the count. I slowed down the video a little bit so that you can follow, and I really hope you can see because I need to replace the needle. This one is very tricky to work with, and it's not very good quality, and my nails are kind of like sometimes getting in the way of the picture. And I feel like, honestly, low-key, as if I'm a little bit drunk. But anyways, no, I wasn't. It's sometimes very hard to record something that's like really small and detailed, and it has to be close to me. It has to be close to the camera because I am using my phone. And I'm really trying not to move too much, but sometimes it's really inevitable, especially with these small detailed things. But I'm going to do my best for the next videos, for the following crochet videos, to actually do it properly and a little bit more professionally. Anyways, try to get nice needles, nice hooks. They don't need to be expensive, but as long as they don't have any jagged edges and they fit nicely in your hand, it's going to work. So at the end of each row, you're going to again do a slip stitch and chain 1, and then you're going to repeat another row of single crochets. So this row I actually zoomed out and sped up so that I can be in the screen so you can actually see. But because it's the same as the previous row, I did not want to put it in the real time, because that would just extend this video for no particular reason. And once we reach the end of the row, we're going to again slip stitch and we're going to chain 1. Now we are getting to the decrease row, and this is the row that's going to actually create this strawberry for us. So how to do the decrease row? We're going to start from the first chain from the hook, and we're just going to pick up that front loop. We're going to pick up 1, and then we're immediately going to pick up the other one, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So we're going to do the same thing, front loops, both of them, and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So this is what we're going to do until the end for the entire row. And you will end up, if you do everything in the same way, you will end up with 7 stitches. Those are the beginning stitches practically. And the hole is going to be quite tiny, but it's going to be perfect to insert the pillow stuffing or anything that you might have at hand, which can honestly be just a little piece of tissue. It can also be a piece of scrap fabric that you might have lying around. So again, I'm doing the decrease in this way because it leaves less mark. You cannot really see on the outside if there is a decrease if you do it this way with just the front loops and not through the whole stitch. So instead of going through the whole stitch, I just go through the front loops. And once I'm done, I just slip stitch. And right here is where I realized that I needed to insert another yarn, but I also wanted to add stuffing. So first we're going to cut off the excess yarn from that first from the beginning that tail, and we're going to pull this one in order to secure our work. And to insert the stuffing, you can use something that's blunt or something that has the edge that allows you to push stuff in. Blunt scissors are really good, or these tiny ones really worked well for me. And now here I inserted green yarn for the leaves, and it's actually very easy. You just pull it through and then you tie these two into a knot, and you can hide them inside the strawberry and it's not going to be visible. So just tie two knots to be secure, to make this secure, and then you're going to chain 3 or 4. It depends on you. This first time I actually think I went with 4, and then you're going to do a slip stitch in that second stitch from the hook, and you're going to actually do slip stitches until the end of that little chain that you just made of 4. And then you're going to insert your hook in one of those 7 stitches on top and do another slip stitch. If the yarn is in the way, just pull it and just like this. And then you're going to go into the next chain, and then you're going to again do a slip stitch, and now again you're going to crochet 4 chain of 4 or 3 or 5. It's totally up to you. Because this strawberry is very tiny, I decided to go with 3 and 4. First time was 4, this time was 3. I wanted to have a little bit of variety, a little bit of to make some kind of like extra dimension. Even though it's so tiny, it's not even visible, but okay. This part, it goes very quickly, and you're just going to repeat the same process. After every leaf, you're going to do a slip stitch into the next chain, or the next chain space, and then you're going to chain 3, 4, or 5, depending on how tall you want your leaves to be. They are going to curl up a little bit, so if you go a little bit higher, it's fine. And if you want to have more than 3 leaves, that's also perfectly fine. I know that usually when kids draw strawberries, it's usually with 3 leaves, and most of the time I see them with 3 leaves. Honestly, I cannot remember how many little leaves strawberry has on top. And once you decide you're done with leaves, you're going to make 2 extra slip stitches, and then you're going to pull your yarn through, but cut off a little bit extra. I think I left about 20 centimeters, and I cut off this excess. I could have cut it shorter, but it's okay. And then I just pushed it inside the strawberry to secure it. And now I will use the needle for the yarn. It has really big eye and it's easy to insert. And now we're going to sew this up so to make that top a little bit tighter and smaller, and so it could not be visible what's inside the strawberry. If you want that, it's totally fine if you don't want it. This way it's going to gather that top a little bit further, and it's going to look very cute. I actually really like the way it turned out. I tried different versions of strawberries, and I have a few that are a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, and honestly they're perfect. They look very cute. So it's not like you need to completely stick to this plan. You can add a few stitches here and there. Make it your own. Decide what it is that you like. Right now I'm inserting the white thread. This is like really nice soft white, as I would like to call it. It's off-white, and it's perfect. It's just perfect for anything, and for this in particular because it's not like it has like that drastic difference in color, but it's not like going to poke your eyes. So what you're going to do, you're going to try to create these little lines that are actually those little seeds that strawberry has. You can create as many as you like or as little as you like. There is no right or wrong here. What you're going to do, you're just going to go in and out, and that's it. Tie a little knot at the beginning to prevent it from any possibility of coming undone, and then just try to fill in the spaces that you desire, and that's pretty much it. You have your own little strawberry that's super cute, and I think I actually might make these into earrings. I'm actually quite obsessed with fruit earrings lately. it's so cute. Once you're done and you think you have enough seeds, you're just going to try to secure your thread so it does not come undone. It's not going to come undone, trust me, because you were pulling it through that pillow stuffing. So that pillow stuffing is going to keep it together, but just in case, pull it through in the middle and then cut it off, and then push any excess that's visible into the strawberry, and you're pretty much done. So at this point I left this thread, this green one, to decide what it is that I'm going to do with it, whether it's going to be Christmas decoration for the Christmas tree, or it's going to become something else. And until I decide, I left it there. And this is the finished product. So you can see that one is bigger, the other one is smaller, and I like them both equally. They are adorable. If you like this video, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.